Hello, guys. I'm Cale Anderson, and I just want to share some of the stuff I know on guitar. I'm completely self-taught. I haven't learned any music theory. I've tried in the past, but I can't get my head around it. But I have a unique way of teaching. I had one student years and years ago. I've only had one student ever. But I felt the need to pass on some of the stuff I've learned on guitar. I think I owe it to the world and to myself to share some of it. I just feel like that's part of my calling. I want to start by saying this is probably more for people who are beginner guitarists and also like intermediate guitarists. You need to know a little bit about guitar before we start this journey together. But the kind of example I'd give you is like that sort of thing is what I'm going to start teaching you first, but over a multitude of videos. Not just that though, stuff like this. And I know this is just noodling, but I just want to unlock the fretboard for you a little bit if you haven't learned how just yet. So this is A minor. And we're just at the 5th fret of the top string, the 7th fret of the 2nd string, the 7th fret of the 3rd string, the 5th fret of the 4th string, 5th fret of the second last string, and then the 5th fret of the very bottom string. So that's an A minor chord. You can lift your pinky here. To give that kind of effect. But I want to teach you how to be able to jam on that chord. That's an A major, but we'll go into that more later. It's like a blues A major. These are like notes following the A major scale. So as you can tell, I'm not proficient in teaching theory. I know nothing about theory. But I've unlocked the fretboard in my own way. And also, I've taught myself how to play through my own methods and created my own patterns because I'm autistic and that's the only way I can do it. My brain is a pattern recognizer. This is what I've learned about my brain. So when I look at the fretboard and I know I'm playing in, let's say, E minor, I know that I can go to here. I know that I can go here, and here, and here, even here. And that's a bit off kilter, isn't it? But I've unlocked the fretboard just through writing my own songs. Like 200 Days Between has this interesting strumming pattern and chord progression that goes like this. can teach you some of that sort of stuff as well. The videos are going to be uncut and raw. That's how I like to make videos, just like as just straight into it. And yeah, anyway, if you can't play A here, let's A minor here, let's start here. Even if you can play that, let's start here. Play your A minor chord. The picking pattern would be something like this, so hit whatever note you want. Let's try adding in the 3rd fret of the E string, the low E. Slide up to the 3rd fret on the B string. Don't worry about being accurate. Lift your ring finger from your G string. Back to the A minor. 2nd fret A, 3rd fret A, in this sort of thing. Try playing, this is Damien Rice's Volcano riff, which goes like this. Whoops. So that's 9th fret on the G string to the 7th fret on the G string, which is the 3rd string from the bottom. And then 5th fret of the D string to the 7th fret of the D string. And then there you slide up to the 12th fret of the G string. And then 9, 10, 9. So play that over this. Yeah, so that was Volcano by Damien Rice, the main riff of that song. And we're still playing in A minor. But let's just think of the shapes. So this would be one of the shapes. You can play that with open strings at the bottom with just these 3 fingers. Bless me. This is a cool riff I'll teach you. If we're playing like this, we can do a... So if we're in A minor or A major, we can start at the G string on the 6th fret, and then the 7th fret, and then the 9th fret, and then the 10th fret. And then think of this shape. It's like, yeah. So we're going to the 8th fret of the D string, to the 7th fret of the D string, back to the 6th fret of the G string, 7th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the G string, 9th fret of the G string. And we can jam around with that. So there's even one here if you do this shape. So far we got this. Then we can add this. So that's the 5th fret and the 6th fret of the B string. Whoops. And there's one here, 4th fret of the high E string, 5th fret of the high E string, 7th fret of the high E string, 8th fret of the high E string. And there's one at the 1st fret of the high E string, and then open E string, back to the 4th fret of the E string. And this is what we got. Then there's one here, 5th fret of the low E string, 6th fret of the low string, 4th fret of the low A string, 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the A string. Go to the 3rd fret of the E string for something cool. And once you've got all that kind of figured out, this whole spiel, you can do stuff like this. So much cool stuff here. And this is all with the A. So we got this. One you're probably already aware of is the pentatonic. But in A minor, I think you can play this. So that's pretty cool. And this is also available in E minor. But in A minor, you can do this. I don't want to fill your minds up with too much jargon and guitar stuff because that can come in future lessons. So if you've learnt a couple of notes or you've learnt all the notes in this recording, let's have a jam. So just play along with me with any note you want. And whatever you know, just have a warm up. And if I've taught you anything, use that as well. And I'll play something in A minor. we're just having fun, eh? I'll see you on the next episode of this. I don't know what it's called yet. But yeah, this has just been the introduction episode of, let me think of a name. Autistic guitar, the Autist's Guide to Guitar. The Autistic's Guide to Guitar. Something like that. See you later, guys.